back to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here, and today out camping again. Just got back from a camping trip last weekend, beginning of our spring break, and I thought I'd get one more trip in before the vacation was over. So I got here kind of late because just had some stuff I had to get done today. So I'm gonna stay tonight, then all day tomorrow. But just got the hammock and tarp set up, started cutting some firewood. Got the Silky Gone Boy out doing this job. I'm telling you, man, I've been using this thing and I can't say enough about it. This thing just breezes through wood. So yeah, getting some wood cut for fire tonight. It's not supposed to be very cold. It's probably in the mid 70s right now. I think the lowest it's supposed to get is the upper 50s. So I did bring the Tiger's, one Tiger's underquilt just in case. Right now it's in the car, I haven't put it on yet. I was going to wait and kind of see how the night went. So if it does get a little cooler, I can adjust with it. But yeah, right now just outside enjoying this. Probably do some hiking tomorrow, or maybe just hanging out here. Got a few things to test out, so I may just do that here. Haven't decided yet, but excited to be out and hope you're getting outdoors as much as possible, especially since it's warming up. Definitely, at least here in the south. All right, so let me get everything started. I'll get back to you when get ready for the fire and eat and all that kind of stuff. All right, everybody, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm testing out on this trip. One is going to be this tarp. This is a Outdoor Products 8x10. It's really lightweight. I have a smaller version of this that I take during the summer. I want to test this one out because the smaller one barely covers the hammock. It's mostly just good for keeping debris falling out of trees onto you while you're sleeping. But since it's really lightweight, I do like it, but just want to try something a little bit bigger. Now over here, I do have the X-Lounger that was sent to me. I did try it out at the house. It was pretty cool so far. I'm going to use it tomorrow, kind of just lounging around. In case I don't do a whole lot tomorrow. These are Raptom hard-knuckle tactical gloves. I did mention in the Valor Blocks video that I had a pair of their gloves already. This is it. Love them so far. This is the Ganzo 801. I have had this for probably over a year. I don't know how I keep forgetting about doing a review, but I've used it quite a few times, so should be near the end of its testing life and ready to go. This is the Gillis blades. I've already reviewed it, but I still love it having a heavy chopper that isn't real long. And I literally abuse this just for the sake of abusing it. And it takes every bit of it. So still love that. The Gone Boy from Silky Saws. This is the saw from Big Country, or knife from Big Country Forge Works. That the blade is made from a ball bearing. You have a pewter bolster and mulberry handle scales. I love this thing. Have not reviewed it yet, but I have used it a lot. So I would call it pretty much done with testing, so I need to do my review on it. Energizer headlamp, I think that goes to 150 lumens. I've used it a bunch of times, haven't reviewed it yet, but the A-Tactical A1 did a review of that, but I just like using it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Jet beam, I've filmed the review, I've edited it, I just haven't posted it yet, but that'll be coming real soon. This is the Condor Trifold. It's a medical bag. As you can see here, it's got 3 different pouches. Right now I'm using it just to store and organize different types of gear, because I do find that it's really good for that. For a medical kit, I'm not sure just yet, but there's no dividers or pouches inside the big ones. So as you can see here, just keeping a lot of paracord, but there's no way of organizing inside, but organizing other gear works perfect. Got the One Tiger's underquilt still. I've already reviewed it, but I like using it, so just in case it gets cold. Testing out another MRE. Under here, I have an East German waterproof pack. I have had that for a while and have not used it yet, so figured I would give it a try. I have tested out the waterproofness on it, and I will say that in the rain, it works fine if it's a light to medium rain. I put it under the sprinkler for about a half an hour or more, and nothing happened, but with a real heavy hose, after about 15-20 minutes, I think it started to get a little bit of water in it. But gonna keep trying that out. And this pack right here, the only pack I have that is non-military. This is the Authentic Venture Gear pack by Tech Sports. First time I'm going to use it, so I'm going to see how that is. Really lightweight. Felt really comfortable at the house, so we'll see how that is hiking around and doing stuff. But new way of doing fire that I absolutely love. This is probably going to be what I stick with for a while. Doing the upside down fire. And I'm going to be starting the fire tonight with the pine fire. I'm telling you right now, this stuff is so good. I know I mentioned this in the last video, but I bought this before they shut down a long time ago. He gave me a bag to test and review. I liked it so much I bought 2 more. It goes, you need so little of it, and it lasts for so long. I am literally just going to start overusing it just because I want to test out some of his new stuff and kind of need an excuse to buy some. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of the fatwood shavings in the birch bark. And then just going to throw on some chunks of the fat wood. I won't even need to do that, but since I have it, I might as well, right? So yeah, starting to get dark. As you can see, there is no one else around. This is what I love. There was a car there just a second ago. There was a cyclist just getting in the car. So in just a little bit, I'm going to go do some shooting. That's one advantage of being out here and being by yourself. The one thing that I love, or one of the many things I love about being out here. But yeah, having fun so far. Got everything set up, and as you can see what I'm doing while I'm out here, this is kind of what every trip is like. Just out here testing gear and enjoying the outdoors. All right, guys. When something a little more interesting happens, I'll bring you in on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you can see me. About to try a different MRE. Last time I had spaghetti and meatballs. Hopefully you can see me. But unfortunately, I don't know what. Maybe the heater was just defective or something, but it was only like lukewarm. This time I'm touching the box, and that is hot. So this time I have beef ravioli with meat sauce. And if you hear the fire, which I'm sure you probably can, I must have got a log that was still wet, although it was one I used last time I was here, which was several weeks ago, and didn't have any trouble with it then, but you can hear that sizzling. I got to keep throwing a bunch of small stuff on it to keep it going. But right now I am starving, and so I am getting ready to devour. Well, let's just use this paramilitary too. Get dinner open. I'm just going to use the silverware that came with it, or the plasticware. I have something, but I left it in the car. It's that eating set by Human Gear that I got in a carrying box. I dropped the spices. If they don't have salt, that kind of bothers me, but these are low sodium meals, so I guess I probably shouldn't. But looks pretty good. Maybe you will be able to tell. Maybe not, I don't know. But let's see. If I had a sense of smell, I would tell you how it smells. It's actually pretty good. I mean, the top of it's kind of lukewarm. I can feel down where my hand is really hot. I can't wait to get that spot back. Yeah. Now it's getting warm. Oh, that's good. I mean, yeah, I'm starving, but that's still really good. Now, I've always noticed, and I watch a lot of the war footage on YouTube from Afghanistan and Iraq. And I kind of noticed the soldiers eat the thing throughout the day. You know, whatever the MRE is, they just eat it kind of bit by bit. Makes a lot of sense that way. Because the last time, just this pack right here with the spaghetti, I wouldn't say I was full, but I was satisfied. So I could definitely see spreading each portion out throughout the day. Because it does have a breakfast. And if it's like the last one, I was really excited thinking it was going to be like a toaster strudel or something. Like this one, toaster pastry, frosted brown sugar. I don't know why I got it in my head that was going to be like a toaster strudel. Yeah, it's Pop-Tarts. I mean, I like Pop-Tarts, it's cool. We got some crackers here. Hopefully you'll be able to see the name. I will eat that separately. And they give you the jelly for the Pop-Tarts. I still don't get that, but you know what? I'm going to try it in the morning just to see what it's like. And then, of course, a Tootsie Roll. I love Tootsie Rolls, so I'm going to eat that tonight. And then that'll be it. Oh, I'll even eat when I get on my pants. I'm telling you, I'm starving. Then again, it is after 9 o'clock. I did some shooting earlier. I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. Sorry, that was good. Because it was getting dark. I just shot one magazine. It's a 16 round mag, but I only loaded it to 15. I hit 11 times. Trying to hold a flashlight at the same time after drawing. I've never done it before. I'll check it when I get home to see if the footage came out, if you can see anything. Man, I gotta say, this stuff is actually really good. I mean, it tastes similar to the canned stuff, but I like that. Wish the spoon was longer. I mean, I could have just walked 50 feet over to my car, but I was hungry. I was really hungry. I had to get the fire started. It started easy enough that you hear that sizzling. I don't like that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, tomorrow I'm going to test out, I got a monocular from a company that when I was up in the mountains, actually seemed pretty good. So I'm going to take it tomorrow and do some hiking to kind of test out the range of it. That was pretty promising. It's even supposed to be able to be somewhat usable at night. It's not night vision, but it's supposed to kind of magnify the ambient light, I guess. I'm going to try that out here in a little bit. After I stop shoving food in my face. Man. I'm actually really impressed with this. That's good. I mean, these aren't as light as freeze-dries milled, but you know what? I'd be willing to take the weight if I was backpacking, because these you can eat cold. Freeze-dries you can't. Well, not enjoy it anyway. The ones I got from Jasmine's military shop, I mean, they had the heaters in it. I think I've heard some that you have to buy them. First come with it, so it's kind of cool. And that one worked flawlessly. I won't say flawlessly because I've never used them before until the last one. So it's only my second one. And I'll burn the spike just because I don't need them. Sorry, where was I? Oh, we'll say flawlessly. The bottom half was hot and the top half was not. I had it laying almost flat. Pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. It's one of the directions, just like it said. You don't want to lay it too flat because then you spill the water. But I had it laying close to it to help dissipate the heat across the food. That's what I was hoping for. I mean, that heater, wow. That gets hot. Maybe I should have left it a little bit longer. I read the directions. 12 minutes. Oops. I didn't wait 12. Should have waited 12 because, wow, that's actually got really hot. I mean, that, you can't hold that for more than a couple of seconds. That's how hot that's getting. Well, maybe the first time I put too much water in it. It said 40 milliliters, but I don't know what that looks like when you're just putting it in a bag. I mean, if you gave me ounces, I'd get probably a better guess, but it's really like right here. Ow, woo, that's really hot. So maybe I put too much water into it last time too, and that had an effect on it. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna get to getting some more stuff for this fire, get it stoked up. I'm probably gonna have to put a little bit of work into getting this one going. or to keep it going. So unless something crazy happens tonight, I will see you in the morning, all right? All right, guys, it's about 10:15 in the morning. Well, getting close to afternoon, I guess. Slept great last night. Started to get a little bit chilly in the morning around the time I got up, but I mean, honestly, slept like a log. I love hammock camping. So packed everything up since I'm not staying tonight. Figured I would go on a hike and test out that monocular some. Works a little bit at night if you have some flashlight you use that has some good throw to it, or if what you're looking at has some light around it. Works pretty good. Today I want to find an area where I can kind of get a feel for the range on it, see how that works on. Give you an idea of where I'm going today. I believe this is the Uwari Trail that I took out of the campground. As you can, it's perfect temperature right now. It's only supposed to get to about the mid-70s today, I think. No idea what it is right now. My phone doesn't get enough reception out here to check the weather, but it's supposed to just be bright and beautiful today, which I am definitely looking forward to. All right, when I get to another spot, I'll bring you back. Just realized I don't think I've ever shown y'all this trail before. I do like it. It's a lot like this most of the way, so very wooded, which is nice. Although I do need to get to a spot that's really open. That way I can actually test out the range on this new monocular, because in this type of woods you ain't seeing very far. I don't care what you got, but looks very gray and overcast today. Although it did say 0% chance of rain on WeatherBug yesterday, so of course I was smart this time and brought my poncho, so I don't have to worry. Except it's in my car. Way to go, Tactical Nut. Although I'm not worried, it's opening up real blue over there, up that way, so no worries. Oh, and testing out this shirt. It's made by a company called Arctic Cool, and it is supposed to, as you heat up, cool your body down using your own perspiration somehow. I don't know if it's a new technology or what. My wife tried one out when we were up at DuPont State Forest, and she loved it. And she does not take the heat very well, not like me. So I figured I would get one too, just to try it out so I could tell other people personally how it works. So we'll let you know as it goes. So I guess I should have stuck to the road, the service road that runs through here. Would have had much better luck finding a good clear open spot, because I know there's definite areas off of that, so I've been to them, but it's just still nice. I did pass a guy who, for the sake of this, would have been coming out of this way, right? Passed him. He looked kind of confused, so I probably should have asked if he knew where he was going. But, you know, just said hello. And then he would have crossed and then just kind of kept going out that way. So, not on a trail at all. He did have on a pack, so he has stuff with him. But I just thought that unusual. Not too often you see people out hiking not using the trails. Other than me, when I want to go shooting. Just thought it was interesting though. Walked through 200 spider webs already. So apparently I'm the first one on this trail this morning. So alright. Alright, so it's about 12 o'clock. I decided to stop and take a little break. Busted into my pack. Got out my... I'm glad Scandinavian Gear provides one of these with their packs, because I put some in, you notice the color. I use one of those Ghost Sticks by M Network. You would never want to put something like that kind of mix in your hydration bladder, like a Gatorade mix or juice or anything like that, because it's really just going to gunk it up and make it a huge pain in the butt to clean. But if you have one of these, you can fill this up with water from your pack, or filtered water from a stream or something like that, and then put your Ghost Stick in it, and voila, perfect energy drink while you're out hiking. And well, unfortunately no food. I can't believe when I was making breakfast this morning and packing camp up, because I knew I wasn't going to stay there tonight, I put everything in the car, got the hydration pack out, and apparently left lunch. So I'll be eating a late lunch today when I get back. I'm going to start heading back, because probably 2 hours back to the car. So, or at least to the campsite. I'm going to hang out there and play around some knives for a little bit and stuff, because that'll be fun. And test out that X Lounger, because sitting on it at the house, or laying on it at the house, it was actually really comfortable. So who knows, maybe a nap in my future with loud birds. All right, guys. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm heading that way. Oh, and just to show you, this is the monocular I was talking about. You got some distance gauges right there. There's the brand name, the Archer. This thing has some phenomenal range on it. Really clear. I've stopped a few times and kind of glassed some areas with it and stuff, and I'll tell you what, this thing is nice. It's the 16 by 52 and 66 meters to 8,000 meters. Now, there's no place out here where I could test that kind of range on it, but for the distances that I've been able to use it at, I mean, really nice. Where I'm at now, I've been here a couple of times before, and this is where I want it to be to really test out the range on this thing. And well, let's just give you a look. Last time I was here, you could see way out in the distance. Today, there's leaves on those trees. Last couple times I was here, it was cold, so there was no hardly any leaves on any of the trees, and yeah, it's not like that now. But what do you do? All right, time to start walking. Well, that way. All right, so last time I told you I was on the Uwari Trail. I was actually on the Super Tree Trail. I didn't realize. Sorry, kind of steep downhill right here. The Uwari Trail was off to the other side of the campground. But now I'm on the Uwari Trail, and I like this one too. I've hiked portions of it, and a lot of the Dutchman Creek Trail. I like both of those. Dutchman Creek I really like the most, because I used to see the least amount of people on it. But I think this is like the longest one through the forest. I think if you did the whole thing, it's 20-something miles. If it's different, I'll annotate it either at the bottom of the screen or the description. But I mean, you can really do some long distance hiking out here if you really want to. And I think, well, I have in the works working on a bug out bag and EDC kit with Jasmine's Military Shop, and once we get that together, I'll probably take it out here to do my bug out scenario and test it out, and then of course bring you along the way to see how it works, and if I need to tweak anything on it, we'll do that, and then I will have my own bug out bag to sell. Well, that she'll sell with kind of my name on it, which I thought that was pretty awesome. So hopefully won't be too much longer before that's ready, and I will keep y'all posted. Just another beautiful day on the road. Oh, and this shirt does seem to work as advertised. My upper body is noticeably cooler than my legs, and I'm just wearing those I'll show you, nylon pants by REI. So they're real thin, real lightweight. There's convertible pants, but yeah, thank you Arctic Cool for whatever kind of technology you came up with. So far I like this shirt. Can't wait till it gets hotter to really test it out. Know a lot more then. But all right, I'll stop rambling. All right, so in case you've never been to Uwharrie and you're considering it, hiking the Uwharrie Trail, if you want to do a backpacking trip, this is going to be a great one for you, because I've passed 4 or 5 really nice sites that you can camp at that are right by a creek. So there's a lot of creeks that run through here, so almost no matter where you are, you're going to have plenty of water, as long as you bring a filter, or of course boil it. But yeah, something you might want to consider if you're planning on coming out here. I've camped off of the Dutchman's Creek backpacking. There's some good ones there too. But I've pretty much just stuck to the southern portion of the forest. So if anybody has any good recommendations for the northern part of the forest, let me know in the comments so I can check them out this summer. I just come to this one because it's the shortest drive for me to be at the southern end of the forest, and there's always been plenty of stuff to do and plenty of resources to use while you're out here. So yeah, any other recommendations would be great. All right guys, that's about it for me today. I just did about a 4-hour hike. Came back to the campsite, had some snacks, then decided to kick back and relax a little bit on the air lounger. Hopefully you can see. But that's all I'm going to show you for now. All I'm going to tell you about it. Stay tuned for the review. Other than that, it's been a beautiful day. Absolutely loved it. Hopefully you're getting outside and enjoying this kind of weather in the outdoors as much as possible. And for me, I guess that's going to be it. So in the meantime, be prepared, have fun.